guys. It's Bank Holiday Monday. It's what's the date? 26th. I always forget the date. Yes, it's Monday today. Today was meant to be a totally different video that I was going to do. I was going to do a typical bank holiday day for me, which isn't much really. So I'm going to do a different video today, and I've talked to people about this video once before. I've just implemented tarot cards into my daily routine now, when I'm off work, and I got a lot of interest in it, and it's nothing harmful with tarot cards. I'm still learning them. I used to do them when I was a teenager, and I've only just now got back into doing them. I watched a lady called Lavender on YouTube, and she was doing tarot cards, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I used to do them, and they used to give me such guidance, and they used to calm my mind and guide me into things that I thought I could never think possible. Anyway, she talked about the tarot cards, and when a new year comes, she said, why not implement a new reading? So one card for each month of that year at the start of the year, and that'll be your reading for the whole year. So this year I am off at Christmas. Don't usually get Christmas off. I am a working girl throughout the year. So yeah, don't usually get Christmas off, but I've got Christmas off this year. So yeah, I might do that actually in New Year. I might actually do that. Anyway, I hope you're sitting. Join me in whatever beverage you want. I've got a glass of champagne. Well, fizzy wine. We'll say that. One of my husband's customers, excuse me, I really want a drink. One of my husband's customers gifted that to us. They were going to send it to a food bank, and we said, well, send it to a food bank. They said, no, we've got plenty of food, and that to give to a food bank, have some wine and have some of this, that and the other. And so so now me and my husband, we're thinking of a way to pay it forward. So but we can get into that another time. So I have my tarot deck here, so just in case I want to get a thumbnail, and then I have my little tarot book, again thumbnail. Don't ask. And I'm not drunk, by the way. That was my first sip of wine, so I'm not drunk. Right, so now what I do is, when I use my tarot cards, I completely clear my mind. I try not to think of anything. I have got some crystals here. One day I might implement my crystals into my readings and just see if that focuses it. Again, crystals and stones and stuff I'll get on to later. So now what I do is I just shuffle cards. And if one pops out, I'll take that one. If one don't, I'll take from the top deck after shuffle. Oh, and one has popped out. Oh, what is it? And it's upright. 9 of Swords. So I'm going to take that because that one actually fell on the floor in a certain way. So I picked it up. And so to me, that means karma's about to happen, or my destiny is about to happen. So, right, 9 of Swords, got my little booklet here. Let's see what keywords and stuff it is. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Element of the 9 of Swords is air. Astrological signs, they are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Hey. And life experiences, intellectual activities. intellectual activities, but hey, it's got Aquarius here, so I don't care. Right guys, I've just read this now. It says mental anguish, self-deprecation and accidents. I've just read this and I think it's a warning to me. It's nothing bad, but I think it's a warning to me. So it says, the Nine of Swords represents the extreme of mental pain and anguish felt by the querent. She will be too ready to put herself down and fear what others say of her or say behind her back. Such worries, perhaps unfounded, but real nonetheless, create great anxiety, depression, and nervous tension. Traditionally, this card is associated with accidents and illnesses, and also with violence and cruelty. Spreads involving this card, therefore, may be interpreted with great care, and the surrounding cards may provide virtual clues to assist the current reading. Sorry, I am a bit dyslexic, so sometimes I find it hard to get the words out, so I have to read it, then read it again, then read it, and then read it again. So yeah, I think that's a little bit of a warning to me to buck my ideas up, make sure that my husband's health is okay and make sure he's okay. Yeah, I just think that's a bit of a warning. Nothing to worry about, I don't think. Don't think I should be drinking this now, but... And it doesn't necessarily mean a sickness like hospital sickness or anything like that, or it might just be a sickness of cold or something like that, or something. It doesn't, none of these tarot cards mean bad things. I don't mean any harm to you whatsoever. They're just guidance in where you're going to go. So that's my card. I'm going to write that down in my diary. I always do write my cards down in my diary. So in this book though, also, like they said, they can do spreads, and like the Lavender lady said, you can do a card a month for the year, next year, which I actually want to do. But looking in this booklet, oh, this is interesting. The booklet, you can do it with normal deck of cards. I don't know whether you can see that, but just there, it shows you that you can use normal cards. So the wands would be the clubs, the cups would be the hearts, the swords would be the spades, and the coins would be the diamonds. Now, I've done tarot cards in the past. I've done tarot cards now. I have never, you can see it again, I've never seen that before. Just goes to shows that I should read the whole book, really. But I don't, I'm impatient. So let's see what else fine and dandy we have in here. So yeah, and then if you see here, it shows what cards go with what earth, sort of like what signs you are. So so it's really, really interesting. See, just there. And I'm just looking again. I'm learning this whilst reading it with you guys. So I kind of hope you like this. It's a bit of a, I should have planned it a bit more better, but it's a bit more, well, I hope you're drinking your beverage and having this sort of like time with me, to be honest. So, sorry guys if it's a bit too girly. I don't mean it to be a bit girly. I'll get to you guys later on. Maybe if Ian takes me somewhere where there's cars or motor racing or something like that. I don't know. I'll try and get some guy films in there somewhere. Nothing crude or rude though, because they'll take my YouTube channel off me. They've also got in the cards where it says kings, queens, knights and pageants. Again, they have the zodiac signs for them. And that's really interesting because they have their ages as well. Most of them are all males over 35 and females over 35. The only thing where it says young boy or girl is Page. And then it says appearance would be blue hair, brown eyes. Let me just show you what I mean, if you can see that. It's really, really interesting. And then some on the other side as well. I hope you can see all this. So, oh, and another thing I'm getting into is chakras, the 7 chakras of your body. So I'm now self-studying. I haven't got anybody helping me. I'm going on the internet and purely swatting up by myself, things like this. So I'm studying the 7 chakras of the body, but I'll get on to that. I was going to go down the body and tell you them all, but I'll get on to that another time. Anyway, back to the tarots. This is really, really interesting. Right, the cards from Fool, Magician, High Priestess, a Temptress, Tempter, sort of like Wheel of Fortune, Death, Moon, the World, all them cards, yeah, all of them have got either a star sign or a moon or a sun or something there. Now, I don't know whether you can see it though. I don't know whether you'd be able to read it or not. But again, so if you're really into astrological stuff and your birth year, your birth dates, stuff like that, and you're really, really into it, because I have been ever since I was a young girl, but never really focused in on it until now. And I'm getting since my mum has passed away and my dad passed away when I was 9, since they've passed away, I've got very spiritual and into my spiritual side. You know, it started off with when my mum was here last year and I was getting a little bit anxious, a little bit stressed. I would go outside and meditate. I would start doing active stuff, like throwing my tyre around, beating the out of my boxing bag, doing some exercises, stuff like that. So yeah, so I got into probably this sort of like earlier on this year. I started getting into my, let's show you this one. I started getting into my this is an amethyst. So crystals, I've been getting into crystals, and it goes on my neck. So I've been getting into crystals and stuff like that. And then that prompted me into chakras, and then that has prompted me into which crystal goes with what chakra, which I'm still looking up. Again, running off topic here. So back to the tarots. So yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Real good stuff. They show you ways to how to even cut the deck. if you want to cut the deck or, you know, shuffle or just lay out or stuff like that. They show you the correct way. They show you the correct way of how to turn a card over. So yeah, it's really, really... They give you meanings of the cards as well. So wands means career. Cups means emotions. Swords, which I've just pulled out. Intelligence. Intellectual activities. And coins are mental affairs. So I think with this 9, another thumbnail, with this 9 of swords, I think it's telling me intellectually I'm bashing myself, or intellectually someone around me is bashing themselves, putting themselves down when they don't need to. And I do that a lot. I do that an awful lot, whether it comes to my home life, whether it comes to my work life, whether it comes to my housework. I'm always putting myself down instead of putting myself up there, which I am trying to sort out. So I think that's what the card is trying to tell me today. Don't put yourself down, Bernadette. You're a good person. Drink on you. Anyway. More reading. Oh, it's getting too intellectual for me now. Oh, that's a good one. Also, wands is fire, swords is air, cups is water, and coins are earth. It's good to know. So now we're getting on to the readings. One reading I like doing because it's quick and easy is the 3 spread. Yeah, 3 carded spread. It's the one I like, and it's just past, present and future. So I do like that. You can do more. You've got a 7 card horseshoe spread. You've got a 6 card spread. You've got a yes no spread. You've got a question and answer spread. You've got a 7 card identification spread. You've got a 21 card spread. I don't do that one. That one takes forever. And then you've got choice spread. So yeah, plenty of spreads to go around. And then it just goes into sort of, you know, just goes into the card stuff then. So that is my tarot reading, I suppose. I still have more to learn on this. If you would like to learn with me, because essentially this is what I'm doing. I'm bringing you along to the learning curve that I'm doing with this. So I am still learning. So yes, what I do now is I write this in my book. I give it a little thought, like I just did now. What could that mean to me? And then I let it go, let it flow, because you don't want to harp on it. Another good YouTube person who does tarots is also a lady who does codes. She's got a channel called Codes on YouTube. I've forgotten her name at the moment. I am so sorry. But yeah, she's one of my favourite actual YouTubers, and I've forgotten her name. How could I do that? How embarrassing. But Lavender is good as well. So, yeah, so guys, if you want a tarot reading, or you want me to carry on my daily tarot readings with you and see what we get each day, I can do that for you. Might be a bit of a long video. Click the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell and come back to me please. Bye.